Hello everyone. In today's video, we'll solve mathematical problems using circular convolution. In my previous video, uh, I have shown you how to solve problems with linear convolution. If you haven't seen that video, the link will be in the description and also in the cards. So, first of all, uh, let's take a look at the differences between linear convolution and circular convolution. There will be two major differences that you will notice between both of them. The first one is the length has to be equal in circular convolution. That means the length of the sequences. As you can see here, h of n, that means our impulse response, the length is 3, okay? But in our input signal xn, the length is 4, 1 2 3 4, as you can see. So length is 4. So first you'll notice that these two lengths are not equal. If it were linear convolution, the length wouldn't matter at all, okay? But in circular convolution, you have to make them of equal length. If they are not, like in this case, you just add 0 at the end of the smaller sequence, okay? For example, I would add 0 at the end of our impulse sequence. Now this is also a sequence with the length of 4, and our x of n is already 4. So then the second noticeable difference is the length of the output in the linear convolution is equal to the length of hn plus length of xn minus 1. That is 3 plus 4 minus 1, that is 6 in linear convolution. But this is circular convolution. In circular convolution, length of the output, okay, always be the maximum of the given sequences, that is h of n or x of n. Here the length of h of n is 3 and the length of x of n is 4, so the output length will be 4. So after we have made both the sequences of similar length and find out their output length, now we proceed to our next step, and that is we have to draw impulse sequence and the input sequence in circles. Now as you can see, I have drawn two circles. Now I will divide these circles according to the number of this n, okay? As you can see, this is 4, so I will just equally divide this circle in 4 sections. Just consider this is the h of n circle and this is the x of n circle. Also I will just divide it in 4 sections, then fill the circle in anti-clockwise sequence, okay? I'll just show you what I mean. First of component of the hn is -1, so this will become h of 0 equal to -1. Then in the anti-clockwise direction, this, what will this be? This will be h of 1, that is 2, okay? Then what this will be? This will become h of 3, that means, sorry, h of 2, that means 4, and similarly at the end we will get h3, that is 0. Similarly I will fill out this circle. x0 is 1, anti-clockwise. All remember that you have to fill it in anti-clockwise direction. Now after you have filled the circles in anti-clockwise direction, you have to fold one of the sequence. Normally I fold the h of n. Folding means this is the mirroring axis. After mirroring it, the h3 will go up and the h1 will go down. So the circle will look something like this. I'll just draw it here. So I have drawn the h of n in its folded version. That means this is the mirroring axis. The upper side will come to the bottom side and the bottom side will go to the upper side. As you can see, h1 come here and h3 went up. So hn is now folded. I'll write it as h of negative n. This represents the folded version of our impulse sequence. Now I have drawn our input sequence x of n in another page. Remember that you don't need to change anything in the x of n circle. And then I have a cutout of the folded version h of n. Of course, in your exam hall you won't cut your papers like this. You have to draw concentric circles where the inner circle will be h of negative n, that represents the folded version of our impulse sequence h of n, and the outer circle will represent the x of n. We have to align h of 0 and x of 0, then multiply them and add them together. For example, h of 0 is negative 1 and x of 0 is 1. So multiplying them, we get, in our first output sequence, what we will get? Negative 1 times 1, that is negative 1. Then 0 times 1, that means 0. We will get 4 times negative 3, that is minus 12. And we will get 2 times 4, that is plus 8. So our first output will be negative 5. Okay. Then to find out the next output, just you have to turn this folded impulse sequence in the anti-clockwise direction like this. Okay, see, previously it was like this, h of 0, x of 0 aligned. Now it will be like this. H of 0 is now aligned with x of 1. Again, just multiply them and add them together. 2 times 1, 2, plus negative 1 times 1 is negative 1. Then 0 times negative 3, that is 0. And 4 times 4, that is 16. We'll again rotate the inner circle in anti-clockwise motion. Okay, after that we'll do the same again. Okay, this time 4 times 1 is 4, plus 2 times 1 is 2, minus 1 times minus 3 is plus 3, and 0 times 4 is 0. So in total what we have 10. Sorry for my mistake. 4 plus 2 plus 3 will be 9. And again, anti-clockwise direction. Now we get the final output. 0 times 1 is 0, 4 times 1 is 4, 2 times negative 3, that means minus 6, minus 1 and 4, minus 4. The output will be negative 6. So our answer will be negative 5, 17, 10 and negative 6. This is how we circularly convolute two sequences. Okay, after we have found out this, then if we again move it in the anti-clockwise direction, again h0 will be aligned with x0, so it will all keep repeating itself, so you need to stop right there. And then if you want to check if your answer is correct or not, there is another method that is known as matrix method, which is very easier. It will take just a minute. I will just show it to you. Okay, in matrix method, to find the output yn, we have to make a matrix out of maybe the first one. Okay, first sequence, it was minus 1, 2, 4, 0. Then this 0 will go here, and the rest of the 3, that is minus 1, 2, 4, we'll just write it here. Similarly, again, just move this 4 on the upper side. This 3 will go here, that means 0, negative 1, and 2. Again move 2 on the upper side, and the rest of the 3, that means 4, 0 and -1 will be here. Okay, now you have to stop. Okay, when you have to stop, you have to stop after you have found out a square matrix. Now as you can see, it has become a square matrix, and the first element has become the last element. It is also a way to say. Then write the other sequence, that is x of n, which is 1, 1, -3 and 4. Then just use matrix multiplication. It is very easy, I hope you all know that. So after matrix multiplication, you will get the result of -5, 17, 9 and -6. Okay, so our output will be, which we have found earlier. Here as you can see, the output match. Okay, there's one mistake. 4 plus 2 plus 3 is 9. Sorry, so this will be 9. So the output of our circular convolution matches with the matrix method. And I must clear one more thing. Sometimes there is a confusion among students that in circular convolution which one will fold and which will not. Just don't worry about it. If you fold h of n and convolute it with the x of n, whatever the result will be, the same result you will get when you fold x of n and convolute it with h of n. So just don't worry. Sometimes there is no h of n or x of n, no impulse function or input function given in the question. Sometimes your questionnaire might give you two sequences like x1 or x2, two random sequences, like, okay, and then ask you to convolute them. Whatever you need to do, you just keep one of them intact and fold the other one and then convolute them. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one goes first or second, and the same thing goes with matrix method as well. Okay, so doesn't matter if you make a matrix out of h of n and then multiply it with the xn, or if you make a matrix out of xn and multiply it with the impulse sequence hn. Doesn't matter, the result will always be the same. And thanks for watching my video. If you really like the video, subscribe my channel and give me a thumbs up. And if you have any question, just ask me in the comment. I'll try to reach to you as soon as possible. Thank you.